So in the last video, you've seen the different types of fractions, but maybe you've also noticed the difference or the similarity. In the last two types that I mentioned, it was improper fractions and mixed numbers. So basically, what was the improper fraction? It was the thing that is more than one whole. And same thing basically applied to the mixed fractions, because mixed fraction was the mixture of whole and part, and you could also clearly see that in the mixture it was also more than a whole, because in the last question I wrote it was 2 wholes and 1/4. So you can clearly see that this is also more than a whole. So this will also be more than a whole because it should be a mixture, so whole must be there. So this thing mixed fraction and this thing improper fraction, they basically represent the same thing but in two different ways. It means if they both represent the same things, they can also be converted to each other's. So first of all, before we do the conversion, that how do we change mixed number to improper, let's understand what does it mean by these things clearly. So whenever you write the improper fraction, basically improper fraction is the total number of parts again in the wholes. So if you just check improper fraction, this should be more than a whole, and you can clearly see that these things are, it's basically one fraction. You just have to check how many wholes are there, or how many parts are there that are shaded. So if you count them, it says we have 1 2 3 4 5 6, so total are 7 parts that are shaded. And what was the denomination? If you recall, what was the denominator? So denomination was the total number of pieces in a whole. So in one whole, how many pieces are there? So you can see in one whole there are only 3 pieces, only 3 pieces. So the denomination or the denominator will be 3. So the improper fraction of this representation is 7 out of 3. It means 7 pieces are shaded in all out of 3. Okay, now check what is the mixed fraction of this. So for the mixed fraction, you can see it's a mixture. So mixture means you can see how many wholes and how many parts are shaded. So you can clearly see that these two are the whole shapes shaded. So it's 2 wholes. And how many parts are shaded in other one? So it's 1 part is shaded out of 3 parts. So it's 2 and 1/3. So this is the mixed number, and this is the improper fraction 7/3. It means they both basically represent the same shape, same parts, so they both are also equal. So improper fraction and mixed number, they both basically represent the same scenario, so they both are also equal. It means they both can also be converted to each other's. Furthermore, let's do one more representation so that you can understand it well. Let's say drawing some of the holes again. This is 1 hole, 2, 3, and let's say 4. I'll just make equal parts so that it should be clear. Okay, from this one, if you want to get let's say you just shade all of these things. I'll shade a kind of this thing so that it should not mix together. This one this way, and this way, then shaded. This is shaded, this one is shaded, and this one is shaded. Same for this. Let's say I'll just shade in these 3 parts. Okay, now if you see that how many total parts are shaded for this one, so you can see 1 2 3 4 and 4 8 and 4 12 13 14 15. So total are 15 parts shaded. And how many total parts are there in a whole? So in one whole there are 4 pieces everywhere, you can see. So it's 15 out of 4. This thing is the improper fraction. Now go for the mixed number of the same. So mixed number means you have to check how many holes are shaded and how many parts. So you can see 1 of the shape is shaded, 2 of the shapes, and 3 whole shapes are shaded. So 3 holes are shaded. and how many parts are shaded in the next row. So we can see it's just 3 parts are shaded out of 4. So this is the improper fraction of this representation, and this is the mixed number or mixed fraction of this representation. In the next video I'll tell you what is the way or how do you convert the mixed numbers to improper fractions in detail.